We are finally down to the last topic of Module 7. We will now learn how to use a popular method for measuring readability called Gunning Fog Index. What is Gunning Fog Index? Gunning Fog Index was developed by Robert Gunning in the 1950s. The Fog Index refers to a readability test that aims to determine the level of text difficulty or how easy a text is to read. So Robert Gunning developed this formula in the 1950s. He experienced being criticized of his own writing because his writings are very hard to understand. So he developed this Gunning Fog Index. So Gunning Fog Index can be computed in 3 simple steps. So for step 1, choose any passage from a work under study. Then count around 100 words. Stop the sentence count with the sentence nearest the 100th word, but not more than 100. So here is our sample passage taken from our module. As we can see, A is the 100th word. But notice that we stop the sentence count to the word restrictions, which is the 83rd word. We stop at the word restrictions because it's the nearest to the 100 word total. The 100 word did not give us a complete sentence, so we stopped with the sentence nearest to 100, which is restriction. So now we will extract the words in red for our next step. From the words we extracted, let us take note of the number of words, which is 83. Now let us count the number of sentences in the passage. So upon counting, we have 4 sentences. So now, divide the total number of words in the passage with the number of sentences. This will give us the average sentence length of the passage. But please note that we should only count only one decimal place, but don't round off the numbers. So again, we have 83 words with 4 sentences. So 83 divided by 4 is 20.7. So let us look up what does 20.7 mean in the reading skill range table. So we have here the reading skill range table. So for very easy, the average sentence length is 8 words or less. For easy, we have 11. Fairly easy, 14 or less. For standard, we have 17. Fairly difficult, 25. Difficult, 28. Very difficult, 29 or more. So our result earlier was 20.7. With a 20.7 average sentence length, this means that the passage is between standard to fairly difficult. So take note that the average sentence length for most newspapers is 17 to 20 words. So far, for a newspaper standard, this article passes. Let's come now to step 2. In the same passage, count the number of words with 3 syllables or more. But do not count the words that are names or pronouns, combinations of 2 short, easy words like bookkeeper, butterfly, or countersign, and verb forms made 3 syllables by adding ing, ed, or es like created or trespasses. Let us also note that we should count all the figures or numerals as one word and numbers that are spelled out as a separate word. With the previous example, let us count the number of words with 3 syllables or more following the exceptions, meaning we should not count those words that are names or pronouns, words with a combination of 2 short and easy words, and those words that are made to be 3 syllables by adding d, ed, or es. So we have capital, resident, responsibility, authorities, nationalist, criticized, immigration, and restrictions. So we have 8 difficult words. Notice that we didn't count the words exploded, Rajuwarian, liberation, stepmother, interior, and minister. We didn't count the word exploded because the root word explode has only 2 syllables. So meaning it only became 3 syllables because we added with D. Also, the Bajuwarian and Liberation, also Bajuwarian and Liberation because they are names, same as interior and minister. And we did not count the word stepmother because it contains 2 easy words, step and mother. We included here criticized because even if it ends in D, the root word criticize is already 3 syllables. You can pause this video and practice on your own as we go along the next steps. Let's go now to step 3. To get the fog index, add the average sentence length, which we did in step 1, and then total number of difficult words, which we did in step 2, then multiply the sum by 0.4, which is the constant. So we have here a formula. Fog index equals average sentence length plus total number of difficult words times 0.4. Then interpret the resulting number by consulting the fog index table. Again, with the same example, we have 83 words, 4 sentences, 20.7 average sentence length, which we computed in step 1. And now we have 8 difficult words in which we did during step 2. With the numbers we have to compute the fog index, let us now follow this formula. So 20.7 plus 8 times 0.4 is equal to 11.48. Let us check where fog index number 11.48 lie in the reading range table. So we will know if this passage is difficult to understand. So here is the fog index table. It contains the fog index by grade and by magazine. If the result is 17, we will get a difficult passage that requires a college graduate to understand. So according to the table, the passage is fairly easy to read because we got 11.48. It's almost 12, but fairly easy to read. So you can also practice on your own. You may search for passages and practice how to get the readability of that passage, whether it is easy or difficult to understand. So now, let us review what are the principles of clear and effective writing. First, we have think first, then write. Use simple, short, and familiar words. Get straight to the point. Use specific, concrete language. Avoid using jargon or too many technical terms. Next, be careful when using idioms. Keep your sentences short. Refer the active to the passive voice. Avoid dangling modifiers. Keep your paragraphs short. Arrange your material logically. Strive for a smooth flow of ideas. Review your grammar and revise and sharpen. To conclude, let us be guided with the discussed principles to achieve readability of our content. Remember that one of the characteristics of print materials is that it is mass-oriented. Our primary goal is for our target audiences to understand what we want to tell them because we, as development communicators, words are our power. Again, this is Sherry Grace H. Felicing. Thank you for listening.